So what I'm going to do is just start adding all of my ingredients into the Vitamix. And these are all going to get liquefied. And I see recipes where people will take their spices and put them into something like that. And I totally do not believe in it because of that reason again with the pockets of spices. To me, it's best off to use the Vitamix all the time if you're going to use spices, so you wind up with your spices getting very heavily incorporated. So, anyways, here we go with the celery. I'm just going to clean off the cutting board there. I know it's all really clean. Contents of 1 Thai coconut. I've already peeled it and done the whole deal. And I am going to, not sure if I'm going to get everything in this that I want to get in here. I'm going to get some spring water. This is the stuff that I just collected this morning on my earlier video. And I'm going to go ahead and blend this down. This is going to be like very liquidy, so no big deal if you put too much water in there. It's going to be used as a binder. The coconut in there, all of this is optional. The basic ingredients of this, as I said, is the, and I can tell already I'm going to have way too much stuff. These stems are probably not going to be able to go in there. I'm going to avoid the dandelion green stems and go mostly with the cilantro, because that's going to make another flavor that's going to give it that Indian quality. So, what I'm going to do with this, since I have too much, is I'm going to get this all homogenized and I'm going to pour off a little bit of it. And I can use that later in one of my smoothies or one of my other soups that I can have. Nothing goes to waste. That's why I'm using all these stems. Gee, I think I may not have to worry about that. Got some of the dandelion stems in there. And this is the part where you're cleaning out the refrigerator. Getting a little thick. I'm going to put some more water in there. Fine. That's the way we want it, kind of like a brine. Just above a soup consistency. So the next thing we're going to do is start adding our spices. So the major spices for making these turn out right is the cumin. You want to use as much cumin as you can. I'm almost out of my all of my Mountain Rose herb stuff, so I'm submitting to having to use my Trader Joe's stuff. I got to put in a big order to Mountain Rose. That was about a 1/4 cup of cumin. I'm going to go for at least another 1/4 cup. So, the cumin, you can't go wrong with this recipe. It's what makes it taste right. You need to push that according to your own taste. So we're going to go with the turmeric. Turmeric is something that's completely tasteless for the most part, unless you've got really sensitive taste buds. These are very good for your connective tissues and all that stuff. So too much turmeric is a good thing. Plus it turns green yellow. So, anyways, so I'm going to go ahead and incorporate that. And when you have a big pile of stuff in there, you want to start it out slow because you don't want to wind up with all your powder up on the top of the lid. So make sure you turn all your settings back down and work it back uphill again. So you just create a vortex to get that to pull inside, just to pull inside, and there it goes. And I'm getting that yellow color just like I want. And I'm definitely, yeah, that's what we want for sure. Okay, now I'm going to grind up a few things with the food processor, a good part, or the coffee grinder. I'm trying to hurry. I hope I don't sound like a hyper spazzed out like raw foodist. A couple of people, my friend Alexa said she was especially happy that I don't sound like a spazzed out raw foodist, because a lot of them do sound very hyper. 1 stick of cinnamon, about 8 pods of cardamom. Gotta be careful with this one. This is one of the ones I was talking about. When you get off with the flavor balance with that one, you'll never get it back. So, when you're using the coffee grinder, you want to shake it like that so that it doesn't get bound up on the bottom and wind up a lot of reasons. With the spices, it's okay, but if you're grinding flax and sunflower seeds, obviously it's going to heat it up, the stuff that's stuck on the bottom and everything. So, there we go, that's good. I'm throwing that in there. Bang it like that. Get that going in there. Okay, so we want to get that in there. That part is done. Let me see what else. We're going to throw a little bit of cumin in there for a little bit of heat. I'm telling you one thing right now, I know I just forgot, is the ginger and the garlic. Very important. Again, these are not real important for the basic recipe itself, but I'm trying to make this in a very Indian flavored kind of way. Gonna use about a whole clove of garlic. And as you can see, I use the paper and all. It's all very nutritious, or whatever you want to call it, the outer part. And all this should be done according to the way you like it to taste. Ginger is something, the more you eat, the better for you. It actually helps deliver things like herbs and stuff like that in on a cellular level. Garlic, on the other hand, has a toxic quality to it. So put as much ginger in as you can stand. And garlic and ginger have a tendency to cancel each other out. And it probably would have been best to get in there, and that's how much garlic or ginger I'm using on this. And now you want to really, really grind this up, because the ginger is going to have a tendency to have a fibrous quality to it. So I spent a little time getting this all blended up. And what you want to do, this is actually a beautiful curry dressing at this point. You could just grate up some squash and pour that right over, and it would taste beautifully yummy. Anyway, so at this point you could start incorporating a lot of really good things in here, like superfoods, like hoshu wu. That's a good one to go ahead and put in there. Again, not an important part. I'm going to put just a little bit of hoshu wu in there. You could put some kelp in there. Kelp is the best seaweed for you. A lot of people have a hard time taking it because it's got a bitter quality to it, but when you hide it in here with all these spices, it's amazing. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put some salt in there. And I'm going to do one more blend on there. Good tablespoon of salt. I'm starting to try to back away from the salt. There's a lot of mixed opinions about salt and whether it's good for you or not. And a lot of people that I pay attention to directly contrast with each other. So I'm also going to put some coconut butter in here. This is not a necessary ingredient, but it's essential fatty acids, and it definitely adds to the consistency of it. This mix that I've made is already up above 72 degrees. And a lot of raw foodists are very confused about what is hot, too hot, or whatever. The body temperature, our body temperature is 98, I think it's 98.6. So if it's feeling a little warm to you, then it's only up to about 100. So the coconut butter is going to incorporate right away.